At the moment, I'm restraining myself from doing a full fingernailed scalp massage. Do not. She can see my struggle. We didn't have much to choose from at the gas station, Phoebes. I know. I sigh, trying not to complain. We might be the same age, and she might be the one figuratively behind the wheel, but I'm the one dead set on protecting us and keeping us from struggling. When Haley came up with this idea in Carlsbad, we had just trekked away from a multi-million-dollar beach house in the pouring rain. All facades dropped. We didn't call for our personal driver in his Bentley to take us home. We just slipped out, without splendor or attention. Almost like we never arrived. It had been a little past 1 a.m. You don't forget things like time when it's one of those days that stay with you, or in this case, one of those nights. After a long, barefoot trek with our heels in our hands, we sat at a bus stop, thinking we could escape the rain while we waited. We didn't. Carlsbad's bus stops have fancy white pergolas as roofs, so rain slipped through the slats of wood and wet our hair and our flowery Oscar de la Renta dresses we just purchased this summer. Her dress was embroidered with poisonous white oleanders. Mine was threaded with delicate pink tulips. Haley was silently crying. I could tell, even in the storm. She's an ugly crier when it's not faked. Her whole face was scrunched, and her reddened eyes looked touched by the salt of her emotion, not the sky. Dark mascara streamed down her cheeks, and I clasped her hand tighter while my knees jostled. From the cold, I wanted to believe. I was just cold from the rain. "Phoebe," Haley choked out, I don't think we should do this again." She tried to catch my gaze, but I stared at my lap. My dress was riding up, and a trickle of blood on my thigh became exposed to the elements. The rain washed away the crimson streak in a blink. Just a millisecond. That's all it took before it was gone. "We're leaving California tomorrow," I reminded Haley. "It'll be okay." I was ready to get the hell out of there, to start the next job. It's always about the next job, Bug. I heard my mom's voice in my head. Haley turned more to me. She squinted at me through rain and tears. "What if we don't?" "Don't what?" I blinked through confusion. "Don't go to Seattle." "To the next job," she meant. My stomach tossed like it had earlier that night. I glanced back down at the inside of my thigh, expecting to see more blood, but it really was gone. Now she squeezed my hand. The desperation in the strength of her fingers clung against my heart. "We could retire, Phoebes. We're 24. I don't think we're in a position to retire." I held my Hermes purse over Haley's head as an umbrella, so the rain would stop pelting her face. She looked simultaneously thankful and distraught. We weren't trust fund children with loaded bank accounts, but growing up, we'd experienced wealth like we were daughters of neurosurgeons and tech moguls. A Bugatti for 2 weeks. Penthouse suite at a 5-star luxury hotel for a month. $2,000 ribeye with shaved black truffle for dinner. There were times the fantasy would pop, and we'd reconvene at a Holiday Inn like regular middle-class folk, but only for short moments, 1 night or 2. Our lives were always fantasies, and our parents taught us how to construct them and then rebuild when they started to crack. Money would flow in heaps and go out just as fast. Be flashy enough to maintain appearances, but not enough to cause attention. Wear the designer dress. Drive the car that'd elicit your neighbor's envy. Pick up the $1,000 tab once to show you can. Insulate yourself in the right social circles. When we became adults, things shifted a bit. instead of playing with private school kids at some rich family's mansion for an...
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.